So I was gonna originally make this on a thing, but I realized I just needed to expand on it more than Instagram would allow me to. And so I'm just gonna start from the beginning and say that it's like I understand, but I also am really confused and wish that we could like move past this illusion that like, if you're blonde hair and blue eyed, that you're like this angelic being from this star system, Because like it's kind of weird. Like brown people, and I'm not even like super brown, right? Like I'm half. Like so it's interesting being mixed, but I don't come from like super Aryan parents that are like blonde hair, blue eyed, Come from an Italian German mom and a Puerto Rican dad who probably has some Portuguese, Taino, and African or whatever. But I just wish that there's more depictions of like angels as multi skin colored, When we talk like when, for example, like Palladians and like all these star system beings that everyone talks about, they always make them super Aryan looking, like super just white with straight white hair and black, like, like crazy eyes, And like, yeah, I'm an earthling, yeah, I'm an alien, and like, it's not, I don't, I don't necessarily, it doesn't come from a place of like, oh, I want to be considered an angel. Even though I know I am, because I'm a Libra and I'm an air sign, I should be a fucking angels. But I digress. But it's just like the commentary I see with people of like, oh, you're so angelic, to like a typical blonde-haired, blue-eyed person, like, congratulations, like, like, this is the beauty standard that has literally been shoved down our throat since Jesus. Jesus was not white. He was not a white man. He did not have straight hair. I actually don't hate to break it to you, but, yeah. Yeah. He was Middle Eastern, dark-skinned, hair of wool. So there's, and then like, even with the whole Egyptian culture, where it's like, you have people depicting Egyptians in Africa as white. And I'm like, man, things turn white when they die. An octopus turns white when we die. When we die, our skin turns pale. Paleness is a sign that you're close to death. So maybe they are angelic. I don't know. But it's just interesting because, I would always question like why why all celebrities go blonde, And before I even knew about MKUltra, and then I figured out like through discovering that it's to show other people that they've been successfully like reprogrammed with electroshock therapy. That's why when Kanye fucking went off the deep end, he came back with blonde hair. It's like Kim Kardashian's blonde. All these celebrities, even like black celebrities, Beyonce, Nicki Minaj, like all those people go blonde at some point. And I'm like, what the fuck is this obsession with blondness and whiteness? And I think, it is meant to look otherworldly. Cause like ghosts are white, right? Like we see, or, Orbis, whatever, those are just like white floating lights. But, and this is a theory, don't quote me on this, it's actually about Steven Universe. And I mean, this kind of has spoilers for Steven Universe. If you haven't watched it, highly recommend it. But basically, there's this diamond order, right? And White Diamond is the head honcho, unfeeling, mind control diamond who's just like, ha la 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 la. And then everyone just like, and then they're like under her spell. And there's like blue, yellow, and pink diamond is like the polar opposite. She's like the feeling, empathic, like, you know, healing and all of this stuff. And I think at the end or something, pink diamond basically causes embarrassment, I think, to white, because like her cheeks turn pink, right? And then all of a sudden she realizes, she's like, wait, whoa, you know, like if you think of a prism of light inside of a thing, it actually does encompass like rainbows, you know? So there's that. But yeah, it's just like this weird, people have this obsessiveness with whiteness, and it really is like in our culture so much, like, and I think this triggers me, like a younger part of me, because I found out I was German when I was in high school. I was really obsessed with World War II. I don't know why. I was obsessed with it. I was like, what the fuck? Trying to understand, like, what was happening. And I really, really wanted to be blonde hair and blue-eyed. Like to the point where I did dye my hair blonde with, like, box shitty dyes that were, like, killing my hair. Killing my hair. Dye kills your hair. It's called dye. One. Bleach. Bleaching your hair. Kills that shit. Literally makes you go. But anyway, and like I wanted to be blue-eyed so bad, to have blue like contacts or whatever, and I was obsessed with like looking that way. And so now I'm like in this opposite spectrum, right, where I'm like coming into myself and being like, okay, I'm just gold. I'm black gold. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, black holes, fucking cool. Antimatter, little black orb that's in Futurama that, like, powers the fucking spaceship that the little three-eyed little animal thing that poops. Like, I'm probably that. And, like, not to say that I don't, cause I identify with light, you know, like, I identify with light and dark. I just wish that, like, I just wish that people didn't put, like, you know, like, there's negative and positive, light and dark, but, like, it's, again, I spin on this so much because the rest of the world is like, dark is bad and light is good and we're gonna be all light and white, and I'm like, okay, but what about the, you know, the brown person that's like, you know, they may be blue, they may be orange, they may be fucking, there's different hues of light, so it's like, and together we all create a rainbow. And if it was just white light, we'd be in the void. Like, we'd be in the fucking void. Or we'd be reincarnated. And I'm not trying to do that shit again. I need all y'all to ascend with me because I cannot keep coming back. Can't do it anymore. I'm over it. But yeah. So, you know, like, I resonate with purple. I don't know if you could tell that's purple. It's like purple, blue, whatever. I resonate with the purple light, an indigo light, a violet light, like pinkish, because that's the crown, right? The crown leads back into the root, which is red, so like pink goes into red, and then it cycles. But, yeah, I just wanted to talk about, like, how other people's perceptions of, like, blonde Aryan people would just be like, oh, you're so angelic just because you have blonde hair and blue eyes. But when it's like a brown person, they're like, you're so exotic and you're just beautiful. And like, it's like they really want your fucking energy, you know? So it's like, what the fuck's really going on? Because this world has been backwards and upside down. Like, facts. Like, everything that's been told and said has just been backwards and all the way up the fuck side down. So, I don't know. Like, I just know I'm a golden child, and I don't need anyone to tell me I'm angelic. I just wish people could see past the illusion of angelicness only pertaining to people with blonde hair and blue eyes. I think that's what it is. It's like, I wish, you know, someone was like someone with brown, beautiful skin, would be like, you're so angelic, you know, but in European filters, where, you know, is most of this world because they decided to conquer. And Spanish, just FYI so people know, Spain is in Europe. Spain is European. Spanish colonized brown people. Spain people, I mean, they're brown, but like, they're not like indigenous brown. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the Tainos, the Native Americans, the indigenous people of islands who were like, came from a volcano probably. Like, yeah, so, you know, everyone be speaking Spanish. To me, that's still colonizer language. Like, English is colonizer language, and so is Spanish. So, you know, it may sound exotic to people because it's different than English, but it's still a colonizer language. Like, I wish I knew how to speak Arawak of my indigenous people or some other something, but I'm also forgiving the part of myself that, you know, probably was a fucking slave driver when in another life, you know, I have no fucking clue, probably. I get some past life flashes sometimes, but, yeah, it's like forgiving that part. And yeah, there's a lot of white guilt, but there's a lot of like, not shame for being white, but it's like, you know, like, I don't really give a shit what people think, and like, I don't really feel like I have to explain myself or whatever. And people are always gonna have different ideas on who we are, what we are, whatever the fuck, you know, based on their own shit. And I'll just express a little vulnerability because that's what I need to do in order to open up my throat and like speak my truth. I hated being Puerto Rican. I hated my father. I was very emotionally, what's the word? I had it yesterday. Emotionally enmeshed. I was enmeshed with my mother. And she had a deep hatred for my father, for whatever he put her through, which is her, you know, business. That's her thing. But as her daughter, I was really enmeshed with her and her feelings. And so I took that on, and I hated my father. And that was, you know, I D'd my way in through Spanish class because I didn't want to learn Spanish. I've actively like separated myself from him for like, I didn't talk to him for like 6 years until I was finally, during the 2017 eclipse, I was like, whoa, like he could be dead and I wouldn't know. And that would be like a whole half of myself that I didn't know. And then I reached out, and then I realized like, I'm literally my dad's fucking twin, and it's weird. But in a good way, because I finally felt understood that I could like talk to somebody, you know, because my mom, I love her so much. She has been like a pillar support of my life, you know? But, and I'm not a mother, but she's tired. Like, she's fucking tired, dude. She's worked her whole life. Like, she's just tired. And I totally get it, because she's got 2 more kids now, so she's tired. And, you know, so my dad is, like, now taking the reins of, like, my adult life and, like, help guiding me through that. And in that, I, like, learn more about my culture, about my people and such, which is cool. But yeah, I wish that, I wish that people could perceive things beyond their scope of perception. I guess, if that makes sense. I don't know what it is. I feel like I've just either lived a lot of lives or am really empathic or whatever. And I know this is for a lot of people too, but I am just able to like see things. I just see things in a really different way than most people. Like really different. So yeah, and part of that is speaking my truth on it, because that's what I came here to do. Like, there's nothing else for me to do. Fuck, you know? And so I just wanted to share this and challenge the perception. Like, you know, ask yourself, oh, I see this beautiful blonde-haired, blue-eyed couple, and they're just so angelic. And, you know, would you say the same thing to a brown-skinned couple? Would you? You know? Like, I want more depictions of brown angels. So I think I'm just going to start painting brown angels, because that's what I was doing before. I've been doing a lot of abstract artwork, a lot of different kinds of artwork, but this whole connotation of like dark color, like this, like, you know, being considered negative. It's not accurate. Like, it's just not. Like, it's an expression of a hue, you know? And color is crazy, right? Like, because, for example, like the prism example, you put a prism in light and it shows a rainbow. That's why you get rainbow catchers and prisms of light. You mix, that's just one light spectrum. That's like the eye light spectrum. You mix a paint palette. You get all colors of paint. Red, orange, yellow, blue, green, purple, blah, 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 blah. You mix them all together on a palette. What do you get? Brown. So, it's the same thing, right? Like, I don't know. Like, it's 2 expressions of the same thing. They both encompass everything. One is just translucent, and the other is physical, like tangible, you know? So maybe that's all it is. I don't know. I just ask questions. I have no fucking answers. And maybe I do, but they're in the vault. I don't know. But I just encourage people to think about what it is that they think, you know? I blame the philosophy class in high school, but I'm also really thankful for it. This video has been 20 minutes. I don't even know how I got that far. I don't even know who the fuck's gonna watch this for 20 minutes, but, you know, whatever. I just needed to get it out. So, thanks.